So last night I watched Cinema Therapy, which you can find on YouTube. Pretty interesting sort of ideas. You know, one guy's a therapist and the other guy's a filmmaker, and they sit around watching movies and they kind of try to make ideas about the movies and relate them to therapeutic uses, I suppose. And the ones I watched were the ones about Firefly, the series that was on back in the day. Most people know it. I didn't get involved until Serenity. I remember seeing Firefly on TV and thinking it was stupid, you know, because it was just, you know, they jumped into it in a way that I didn't like. And that's what everybody's complaint was. I had the same complaint as everybody, where they didn't start the series from the series. And if I had to watch the pilot first and watched it in order that it was intended, I would have liked that series, because when I got a hold of the DVD, that's how it went. Now I remember watching the commercials for Serenity come up, and it was like watching Summer Glau kick people in the face. I was just like, whoa. You know, and I thought Summer Glau was so beautiful. And man, and they made her perfectly mysterious and everything that was necessary, and the commercial was really good for it. So they you know, and she had a wonderful time, I'm sure, filming that. And I couldn't get enough of it. And I've watched that series over and over again. I've watched the movie over and over again, and I'd watch it again, and I watched those fight scenes over and over again. And I like the fight scene that she did with the reverse, but I particularly like the fight scene she did in the bar. So that was kind of pretty amazing. And I sort of love that sort of stuff anyways. And I identified with that character the most. And I'm of the opinion that every character is part of a whole, a piece of the whole psychologically, and the ship is like one being, and that everything about those characters is about navigating your life. So, you know, each one sort of represents a character trait that we all possess. Some of us are weaker in one area and stronger in another. So some people are salesmen, and some people are, you know, gifted strategicians. Harley, buddy, come here, buddy. Come on. I love it when he tries to catch up. Come on. Don't go in the mud. There we go. So, the main characters are the core characters are Mal, Inara, Wash, and his wife Zoe, right? So if you ever see a character chart, you know, you have the magician, the warrior, the king, and the lover, right? So each character trait, Mal, the captain of the ship, was the king. Zoe, his sidekick, she was the warrior, right? So they're on the same sort of like axes, personality traits. Oh, I love this bridge. I wonder if I should go back. Yeah, let's do that. Makes it a nice walk. So, and Wash is the pilot, but he's the lover and the comedian and the poet. Inara is the magician, and of course she's good at seduction, and she's good at sales, and she's good at making people feel a certain way. And she is like, and this is why she's part of the core. She's part of the, you know, the alliance. She prefers to make an alliance with people rather than, you know, constantly be at enemies with the other. But if you break these up, this is why Mal is like a malady. Come on, buddy, we're going across the bridge. I guess I'm gonna have to pull him. Stop. I think he's going in the water. he's not. I could probably take him down there though, but he doesn't need to be cooled down today. So yeah, so Mal is the opposite of Inara. Wash is the opposite of Zoe. I'm gonna go this way. Hey, come on this way, buddy. We're gonna go on the trail. And those two have to come together. And then on the axes is the iron rule. Jane, he is the iron fist. He is the iron rule. If you know what the iron rule is in life, it's you're more shrewd and you're more selfish and and you're less trusting. Whereas the golden rule is Kaylee. She's more open. She's more trusting, and she's more, loving and caring and forgiving, and that kind of thing. So, but she's such an extreme that it puts her in danger. And Jane is the opposite, where he's such an extreme that it alienates him. And he's on the far axis where Mal is headed. He keeps going further out and further out. Whereas, Inara, they all play their parts. And all their lines are designed in the same way that exposes those character traits. It's like Shepherd Book. He is, he's on high. And you'll see all the language is sort of constantly, reportedly, so if you're thinking of the yoke of a plane, he's on high. So you pull up on the yoke and you're going to go up. And the trauma surgeon, which is the brother Simon, he is down to earth. He's grounded. So he understands things, medically and scientifically based. And, but he's adaptive and he's very smart. So, but they're kind of like polar opposites in that way. So, where Shepherd Book's like all theoretical, a trauma surgeon doesn't have time to be theoretical, but he's creative, inventive, and adaptive. He's grounded. He's risk taking, and he's brave. So he does those things. So now Summer Glau, or River, she's kind of like, I think, the spirit, like the intuition, and like she says, I'm part of the ship. I'm in the ship. If you've watched that particular episode, Objects in Space, she describes exactly what she is, as far as that construct is concerned. Just think of the ship as a person, and all those character traits are all the potentialities of every human, and you're trying to get towards the center. You're trying to get through the storms, so that you can fly perfectly. There's always something coming off a ship. So, but I thought these guys would like to know that from that show they have, which is a fairly large channel. And yeah, that was nice. And kind of use it from that perspective, rather than each person is their own, but they're each person makes up a whole, actual and whole, and she's definitely off the charts wonky, and that's because Mal was off the charts wonky because he lost his faith, he lost his belief, he lost everything in that, in the war, so to speak, which can traumatize a person, make you not care. Yeah, I think I know what that's like. There's people out here living here. It's just amazing. I don't know how this happens. So anyways, it's only in the end when River, gets it out of her system. She's the psychic. She's the paranormal, and she finds out her purpose, and she's motivated to protect her brother. It's like Mal. He was motivated to protect society, right? So he was drifting. Harley, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, you beautiful dog. You stay, okay? Nope, stay. All right. Let's not get hit. Mal was drifting away from the center more and more. He was going to die alone. Inara kept trying to reel him in because she's she's closer to the center, the core. She believes in alliance, and she's the magician, which are very good with people, and the moment that Mal solidified himself and he was like, the rest of the verse is going to know it. He came back, he stopped running, just like they said in the therapeutic episode. He stopped running and turned, and he faced his fears, but he did something, that was for the greater good once again, and for the people, for the verse. So he's going back towards the center, someone making an alliance back towards people instead of drifting out in the outer rims, much more like a reaver, so who have lost their way. I highly recommend Mind OS and watching this series complete and see how it all unfolds, see how each character analysis breaks down, and apply all the traits to each character and realize that these are extremes of each character, but the idea is to bring them together and complete a person. Anyways, that was nice to talk about.